What's up, gamers? Red Dragon here, and we are covering the latest news from VGN. Got a few stories I'm going to bring to you in this video concerning Sony. We'll begin with NPD May sales. They are in. Now, we don't have the exact sales numbers for any console or platform. Nobody decided to come out with their official numbers, but NPD did say that for the 5th month in a row, Sony was the leading hardware selling platform. They also have a list of the top 10 games on all the different platforms. They say May overall was a very good month for gaming. It was up 95% over the same period last year, and that has a lot to do with Watch Dogs and some big titles that came out in the month of May. So good news for the gaming industry as a whole. They also say that the PS Vita did extremely well in the month of May. As far as features coming to the PlayStation 4, Yoshida was asked during E3 about a couple of features that were brought up last year before the actual launch of the PlayStation. You might remember a couple of these. I'll go back and cover what they said about these features that were coming to the PlayStation. Quote, PS4 radically reduces the lag time between players and their content. PS4 features suspend mode, which keeps the system in a low power state while preserving the game session. So the ability to kind of power off your PlayStation, but then whenever you power it back on, you don't have to reload the game or start back over. It just suspends back up from wherever you left off. This is a feature that is on the Xbox One and was talked about for the PlayStation, but so far hasn't come out yet. Also, the ability to allow friends to control your game. You might remember that one. They said back in February, quote, your friends can actually look over your shoulder virtually and interact with you while you're playing. You can ask your friend on the internet who's finished the game to take over your controller and assist. We're building this capability into the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation Network. Yoshida was asked at E3 by Kotaku where these features are, and he said, our team has been working on it. There are some things that we announced in February of last year that were not planned for the launch time frame. Whenever asked, further, when this would be ready, he said it's not ready. And he said he gets this question and he gives it to his tech team every other week because he said he's always reminded from people online, where's this, where's that, and it's a great reminder. So he doesn't give a specific time frame as to when this is happening, but if you were worried that those features maybe have been axed, that's definitely not the case because Sony is definitely going to be bringing those features eventually to the PlayStation 4. One feature that was talked about during E3 that I thought was really cool, and I hope that this is the future of some more abilities that are coming like this, was whenever Sony showed off Far Cry 4, they mentioned that on the PlayStation 4, if you own the game, you can actually invite a friend to play co-op with you, and your friend doesn't even have to own the game, and they can still join in your game and play. So I thought that was an excellent feature, and I definitely hope that's a feature that goes over really well and that more games try to incorporate that, because I think that is pretty freaking awesome. And then finally, Yoshida was also asked by Kotaku about AAA games for the PlayStation 4. I'm going to read a small quote here from the article. It says, during our conversation about PS4, Yoshida also talked about the relative lack of big Sony published games slated for the Sony's console this fall. Drive Club and Little Big Planet 3 are coming, and an even more HD edition of the acclaimed Last of Us will be there by then, but that's not exactly a full lineup of blockbuster so-called AAA games. Yoshida responded by saying, quote, we've been saying that the number of AAA games might be getting smaller because the cost of development for AAA games is getting higher, but there are so many indie games and great games coming out almost every week or every other week. We're seeing it on the PS4, and I hope you're seeing it as well. So post below, let me know, what do you think about these features coming to PlayStation 4? Which ones do you want to see? And also, is it disappointing that you might be seeing fewer and fewer AAA games in the future due to development costs? If you want to read these stories and more about it, check out VGN and the links in the description box. That does it for me, the Red Dragon. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.